up, run that shit, nigga. Tell a bitch to swallow back, ain't tricking off when you.
What's happening? It's your boy DJ out right here with SpliT TV. I got a special guest for you guys today. Lonnie Ray Wilson Jr. in the building. How you doing, my brother?
Doing good. What's good with you?
That much, man. Chilling, man. That's what's up, man. Hey, Lonnie, how you doing, man? Just let the people know what you do. Give them a little insight of you.
Right now, I'm currently working at the Home Depot distribution center with a side company called NWP, but they just changed the name, something 360 or something. I don't know, because we get some shirts, but other than that, you know, pretty much I find talent and try to help them get on.
Well, you mean find talent, man? What you finding? Like rappers, actors, comedians? What you find? Just anything, or?
If I see somebody great at what they do, I want to see them succeed.
Hey, that's powerful right there, my brother. That's real powerful. So, did you find anybody great lately that you currently seeking?
Yes, we have well, you know, of course you got to have a team to make all that happen. So currently, yes, we got a few rap artists. I even have 2 females that I know personally that sings, that kind of wait until the right point to bring them out. You know, I don't want to bring everything all at one time. So yeah, I have some people that's interested in doing comics. You know, comic books.
Right.
Got some people that's interested in doing film, like, so it's currently coming there.
True, that was so. When you find this talent, what's your process? What make you so special with your process that you're doing with this talent that you find?
Well, it's all about conversating, politicking. Just, you know, into conversations, find out what people like, dislike, and when I see them, when someone talk and they really passionate about something, they will consistently bring it up.
Right.
So then I take what they consistently bring up and want to know if they, continue going.
So basically what you do is you have a conversation with them, and you see they passionate about what they're talking about, and you just go from there.
Right.
That's what's up. So yeah, that's a good way to pull out talent. You see somebody just on that one conversation at all times. Yeah, I guess you doing it. So
I'm sorry, I want to also shout out to my man Rick Simon, who crunk dances. Very talented crunk dancer. I just looked at one of his videos on Instagram recently. He was doing something. He got his own little crew, so y'all might want to check him out. He goes off of Kraken, spelled with a K.
Okay, that was up. Kraken with a K, y'all. Once again, it's Kraken with a K. Kraken with a K. So, Lonnie, if anybody want to find you, what all social media platforms that you on, they want to reach out to you, and you can help them succeed their dream?
Right now, just Facebook and Instagram, but I also got a podcast that I'm working on bringing out that I want not just South Carolina, but the world to also see as well, as far as not just the talent that we have, but also the good part of South Carolina, because we get missed a lot. People mention Florida, and then they go straight up to Atlanta and forget South Carolina right there in the middle. Like, we have some rappers out there. Well, I don't want to call them names, I will. But, someone with the white nose high school, someone was born in our hospitals and flew to Atlanta and got successful. But, it is what it is. I just want to see somebody come straight from South Carolina and be successful. And I know 3 personally, when I was younger, they came around a lot, and they go by the names of Tyrone Corbin, Zay McDaniel, and Alice English. I'm currently working on getting in contact with Tyrone Corbin to interview him. To my uncle Michael Robinson, shout out to him, is going to help me make that happen. I just recently found out last Saturday that he is actually my grandmother's godson. So yeah, I was working on getting that done.
So you got big things coming soon.
Yeah. Oh, also I want to get a shout out to PJ Dozier. A lot of people overlook that. He's currently in the playoffs right now. From here, South Carolina. He's actually cousins with Rick Simon.
Okay, that was so you screen Tyrone Corbett and Terry Dozier. If people don't know, what do they do? You know.
But Tyrone, all 4 people that I mentioned, three out of the 4 was NBA players. PJ Dozier is actually currently in the NBA playing with the Denver Nuggets.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
So,
what's up.
and
You can put me on something new. I learned something new today.
yeah.
So that's what's up.
That he is actually like if some people are familiar with Terry Dozier, that's his nephew.
Okay, that's what's up. So Tyrone is your mother's godson.
My
Your grandmother's godson.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, man?
I just found that out last weekend. My Uncle Mike told me.
So with what's the name of your YouTube channel? You say you have?
Uncle Lonnie TV.
Once again, people, y'all will look up Uncle Lonnie TV.
I'm still working on it. It's not fully done yet, but I did put it out there. Those who know me personally kind of laughed at it because I am kind of known to be a clown. But this is something that I want to seriously do because I think for the people to know that South Carolina is just because some people thought we was part of North Carolina. They thought, like you got North Texas, South Texas.
Right.
They thought that's what. No. Panthers got their own thing.
Right.
They do currently practice down here though. So.
Right. I heard the thing moved to like Rock Hill or something like that.
I don't know. They ain't my team. You got that. Shout out to Terrence Davis. You got to ask him. And shout out to Josh Asher. You got to ask them too. I don't really do. I like Tigers anyway.
Yeah, you like Tigers. Okay. So Mr. Lonnie, I was doing my research on you. I heard that you was a comedian or starting to do stand up at one point in time. What happened with that?
Oof. Well, yeah, when I started in, I want to say 09, y'all can ask Terrence Davis and Derek O'Ree because them two and my mother set me up for that one. It wasn't nothing that I planned to do. I came home one day and she was like, "You ready for Tuesday?" I was like, I guess.
It's Tuesday.
Right. She was like, we signed you up to perform at the Comedy House. So I was like, okay, bet, let's get it. I wore a do-rag. Yeah, I wore a do-rag to make sure, just in case I sweat, because I knew I was going to be even when I mentioned it at the job at the time when I was working at Fort Jackson. Some of my coworkers came out. Rick came out. Actually, Rick, if you still ever find that tape, he actually recorded me. So that's a lost tape somewhere. That was before they, you couldn't couldn't record. He had a big old camcorder front row.
Lost files, huh?
Right, lost files somewhere out there. But I actually was considered the best comedian that night, from what the fans said, because at that time we couldn't curse, we couldn't use racial slurs, and we couldn't pick at nobody in the audience. You can't name me one comedian, probably besides Bill Cosby and Sinbad, that can do that now. And I did it off the dome. I don't believe in writing jokes. Jokes are nothing to be written, if you ask me. It should just come off like that. So I did all of my stand-up off the dome.
So you're very talented, basically.
If you want to say that, some people, everybody, some jokes, like one thing I learned in doing stand-up, everybody ain't gonna laugh at it. You got to make sure that you can try to hit the whole audience, because half the audience you can't see no way because of the bright lights. So, but the ones in the front row are the ones that I'm kind of focused on getting. So, in the early stage, it was hard for me to do an all-white crowd because I'm not from an all-white neighborhood. But
right, respect that. Yeah, that's
so because I mostly just talked about my upbringing, and I tried to, you know, because it's easy to pick at people. I mean,
Right.
the average dude or female can do that.
Right.
But to just come up with a joke off the dome, it's pretty hard unless you just, because sometimes it ain't the joke. Sometimes it's how you deliver it, facial expression you make, you know, hand length, you know what, you know. So, and I tried, when I was doing it, I tried not to look at no comedians when they was performing, because I didn't want to steal anything, because no matter who we are, what we do, we kind of are who we hang around, who we look at. So I try not to do that, but I got out of it after my mom passed in 2010. It kind of, nothing was really funny. Right. So
sorry to hear that, my bro.
Yeah, it kind of.
Okay, that's what's
and
up.
I just never got back into it, because a lot of things that I did do on stage are being done now. So if I was to come out now, it'll look like I'm mocking them or copying them. So I'm just kind of working on the podcast thing now. And then I will, during the podcast, maybe some comical stuff will come out of it. People think it's funny.
That's what's up. And I hear that you are a big Cowboys fan. I mean,
boy, you gonna make me go back there and get my hat and glasses, boy. I'm trying to tell you. You already know, tattooed, everything. Like,
so you actually went and got a tattoo of the Cowboys on your body?
Yeah.
Permanent?
Yeah.
Ooh. So you're a diehard fan, huh?
Yes. Win, lose, or draw. I'm talking about, you go on my Facebook, you can see me as a little boy in the kitchen playing with this. It's an old toy they may not know nothing about. But with this little robot. But anyway, that's another story. With the Emmitt Smith jersey. And I just had to upgrade it a little bit, you know. But the old Emmitt Smith jersey, so yeah, diehard Cowboy. You better not come to me about some Cowboy jokes. I got something for your team jokes. And if you ain't got no team, you can't talk to me.
Right, so you love the Cowboys, huh?
Heavy.
What make you like the Cowboys? I'm like, what got you into the Cowboys? And I do find out that you do love sports, basketball. You're a big Chicago Bulls fan. Cowboys, like, what got you into that sport? What got you into the sports? Like, what was it that make you like the Cowboys? What was it that make you like the Bulls and Michael Jordan that I was doing my research on? Like, what got you into that thing, my guy?
That got me sports. Growing up, wasn't no AAU, wasn't none of that. It was either summer league, winter league, or play in school. And I wouldn't call myself the best basketball player at all, but I do what it takes to win, and I know what it takes to win.
Right.
So even if I have a sorry squad, I'm gonna make sure, if we consider, I ain't gonna say sorry, if we consider the guys that's supposed to lose, I'll find out my teammates' strength, and we'll work with that. And whatever their weakness is, I try my best to pick up on it. What got me into it though, growing up in the house with my grandmother, she had cable, so we didn't mind going to grandma's house.
Right.
But there was times where we had to live with her, and whoever had the remote, you had to watch what they watch. Or whoever was the oldest, shout out to my Uncle Mike again, because he would come in there and boss hog sometimes. What you watch? Y'all ain't watching that. And so when you have to watch sports, and my dad, shout out to my dad, Lonnie Wilson Sr., he loves sports. So my thing was, why did everybody hate Michael Jordan at that time? And why did people that love sports hated the Cowboys? I never understood. So I would, at an early age, 8, 9 years old, I would like sit there and watch sports. Sometimes knowing what's going on, off of listening, listening to my uncle and my dad and them speak on, my granddad. And I always like to go against the grain. I always kind of like to be different, go against the grain. So everybody was rooting against the Cowboys, so I was like, I'm gonna root for them.
Right.
A lot of people around me didn't really care for Michael Jordan, so I rooted for him. But then I later realized why they rooted against Michael Jordan, because same reason why at one point in time, R.I.P. Kobe, I rooted against Kobe, because it was like he was beating up on my team. He was that dude, and Jordan was that dude coming up. I like him as a basketball player. A lot of people got a lot of bad things to say about his personal life.
Right.
I don't know him personally, so I don't care what he do personally.
Right.
But as a basketball player,
you know he the man.
I'll let your boy.
Well, since we on basketball, I'm gonna ask you a quick question. You ain't gotta be too long. As we got right now, as you do know, we have two specific players that's going on this. Well, the people's going on the GOAT title. You know, they got Michael Jordan and they got LeBron James, which I know you're a Jordan fan. How do you feel about LeBron being the GOAT? They saying Jordan already was the GOAT, but LeBron is now the GOAT. I mean, what's your intake on that? It just, you know, like, I know you're a Jordan fan, and you like, once again, you love sports. How do you feel about LeBron being the GOAT? Now, I don't know if they say LeBron overall the GOAT, or he the GOAT of his era. You know, I watch sports, but I'm not as big in it as you. So, help me out on that part. As LeBron being the GOAT, I don't know if they say he the GOAT of his era or Jordan, or just overall the GOAT.
That GOAT title, that's a strong, that's a strong title to carry, because when you say GOAT, for those people who don't know what the GOAT is, it means the greatest of all time.
Right.
So when you say that, that player has to live up to that.
Right.
The other players around him, to me, to be a GOAT, you don't call yourself the GOAT.
Right.
Players who play with you and fans will have to give you that title. That's something that you have to earn.
Right.
Something like, you put that up there with respect.
Right.
You have to earn respect. You have to earn to be the GOAT. As far as, let's start with Jordan first. When Jordan was playing, once he got the weapons that he needed, because he was, you know, it took him 7 years to get his first ring. But once he had a taste of that bucket of water, it wasn't no stopping him going back to the well, unless he chose not to go.
Right.
Which, you know, he retired. But then when he came back, he still got the ring. So there was nobody that really stood in his way with the weapons that he had. Those are people that wasn't able or didn't watch the documentary that he did. You know, all they got from it was the negativity out of it, instead of the basketball documentary of the whole team, because it was supposed to be about the whole team.
Right.
His version. And what I got from, like, everybody around him gave him that title. Even his opponents, even people that disliked him, even people that fought him, Reggie Miller, and others.
Right.
John Starks, you know, you go down the line, and Jordan was a player, you can go and look at it. Jordan, that he would tell you what he gonna do, and did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was some real stuff for him. LeBron, on the other hand, I loved LeBron when he came in, but what made me, like, kind of fall off from him, not just the fans, because now once I realized okay, as a Cowboy fan, I did a lot, I did too much, and as a Jordan fan, I kind of did a lot, or did too much. But as far as LeBron has every weapon in basketball that you can name of. And he could be the greatest, literally, of all time. But I think the reason why I don't think he is because the greatest of all, as a GOAT, you have to be Superman. Even when you have a Robin, or even when you have a Batman, as far as Superman case. Even when you had that number 2 or that number 3, as he had plenty, when the game on the line, whether it's defense or offense, you have to step up. When they played against the Mavericks in the finals,
I remember that game.
and Dirk was going off.
Right.
That was him that should have said, "I'm a guard him. Don't worry about that guy." He said he still let Dirk get off. So yeah, you deserve to lose. You gonna sit there and let him get off. Or another thing, one of his weaknesses is he loved to pass. You're a dominant player with strength, speed, ability, and you choose to pass the ball in clutch situation, that ain't what Jordan do. Even though Pippen was that dude of his time. Even Pippen was like, yo, we're gonna put the ball in your hand, but Jordan still looked to pass now. It was still games that's why he punched Steve Kerr in the face. He wanted him to shoot. Look at us. Steve Kerr even talked about it.
Steve Kerr, great shooter.
He even said that's why he hit me. He wanted me to shoot, because people would say, oh, Jordan was a ball hog. No, he was not. But he wanted to let people know though, I am him. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron don't establish that. I mean, currently now he's tries to establish that, but hell, you still got Anthony Davis, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when Anthony Davis don't show up, that's when you show up. You should show up. Like, it's like a man with a pistol in his hand that don't know how to shoot. If you miss, that's your ass.
Right. Like, that's what's up, man. That's what it is, man. Well, Lonnie, man, like I said, once again, we got the basketball thing. You know, let's say you're a big fan of basketball. Once again, let's get back, like, what's the upcoming for Uncle Lonnie TV? What else you got involved for this talent you be seeking? Like, what's upcoming with that? Enlightening people, like I said, once again, Lonnie Ray Wilson Jr. on Facebook and Instagram as well. So what's next? What's next? What's big coming for Lonnie and Uncle Lonnie TV and the talent you be seeking?
Shoot, besides work, well, you know, I work with you as well. So if most of my help comes from my connection with you, and also others who I have that I'm in current situations with, talking with them, jumping on the board with the team. But I got a lot of ideas as far as, you know, with some of the parties that you throw. We have a tattoo man, right, who's currently trying to get his own business. He wants to try to get a building, and with that, you know, you got to raise money for that, and I think he can raise a lot of money, of course, at some of your parties, you know, especially the younger parties that you might throw. He goes by the name of King Inc. You can look him up. I don't have his number currently on me right now, but King Inc. is, you know, King Inc. is very talented. I've seen his work.
Anything else you got? Anything else you want to add? Anything else you're working with? Like I said, once you search for talent, you know what I mean? And of course, like I said, once again, we have a great relationship. We do a lot of business together as well. And like me, something I might miss.
Well, you know, I also want to try to, once I get some money some real money in my pocket, I want to try to open up a 24-hour gym. Some people laugh when I say it, but I think
I'm laughing now.
Yeah. Even if it ain't 24 hours, just heck, a 9 to 5, somewhere where kids can go and have something to do.
Right.
Like when I was coming up, all the gyms was available. I'm talking about King Park was open all the way to, they were closed to like 9 or 10 o'clock, Forest Lake. Me and Pop and my friends would go up there and play till like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Now, kids want to shoot gyms up because they can't fight. That's why I take from it.
Right.
I mean, if you can't fight, close your mouth, shoot, pass, or sit down, call niggas.
All right, Lonnie. Like I said, once again, I interviewed some other guys from South Carolina, and the most thing that I hear from them is that South Carolina artists, or should I say the people, don't support the artists as in Atlanta or Florida, or California. Why do you think that?
Man, it's a lot of, and I'm gonna use our race for an example. When we see somebody coming up, I'm gonna use the rap industry since you brought that up. As far as rapping down here, instead of us, like we have a few artists. Shout out to Young Smooth and 40. When they doing their thing, you have people, once they find out they doing their thing, instead of helping them get on, they want to get on right with them too.
At the same time when they got work. Okay.
Like, and I'm going to use this for an analogy. If I come to your house and I got somebody with me, they not going to walk in first or come in at the same time with me.
Right,
because that's my friend's house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, let me go in first, and then once I get in there, you all welcome.
Right.
You know, we all can eat if we work together. It's a lot of talent. I was just looking up some talent on YouTube earlier. A guy named Chun. We go by Chun Lee, I believe. Got 2 good songs. One a twerk song for the ladies, and then he got a song called All I Wanted. Fire. Look it up. Love it.
And what platform that's on? It's on YouTube?
That's on YouTube. I saw that on YouTube.
Okay. And once again, let people know once again where you can find that music that you just talking about.
Chun, that's on YouTube. You type in Chun featuring twerk, and you can find that on YouTube. Once you put that in, the All I Wanted is like after.
Okay.
You know, and then you can find Young Smooth music too on YouTube. If it ain't about the money, what you talking about?
Right.
That's what we all talking about. If it ain't about money, what we talking about?
Right.
Sit at the round table. You heard the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and then when 40, we work. 40 about to drop. He do his own beats.
Right.
He can do some beats for anybody in South Carolina, and I'm sure the price gonna be right because we all about love and unity over here.
That's right.
So if we work together, man, we can put South Carolina on the map. Like, because I'm getting tired of these. Shout out to all Atlanta artists, and the Miami artists, because they come down here and they fuck with us heavy.
Right.
But when they go back home, you don't really hear nothing about it. Shout out to T.I. too, because he put South Carolina in his lyrics. Kevin Gates, shout out to him. He put South Carolina in his lyrics.
Right.
So, because when they say when rappers just say Carolina, the first thing people think is North Carolina.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But South Carolina got a lot of talent down here.
They do. As we being a DJ, I heard a lot. I get a lot. And once again, you're right. A lot of talent, man. A lot of talent.
And I also want to give a shout out to my cousin Tia Coates. I can't think of her during this Coates. I can't think of. Just look her up on Facebook. She paints and draws. She do cups. Very talented. Always have been. Could draw her ass off. And she's very talented, man. You check her out. She can do a lot of things. What is that? I can't really see. But
so like I said, once again, like I said, me and you, we've been kicking it for a long time, man.
Oh yeah.
And this is my guy, y'all. This guy, once again, like I said, y'all.
They know you as DJ Exotic. I know you as Gucci.
They know me as Gucci.
I gave you that name, man, because that's what the grind that Gucci has. That's what I saw in you. Anybody that know me, I give all my friends nicknames. So I keep up with them.
So like I said, once again, so you ever thought about getting back into the comedian? Well, I said comedian, stand up. You ever thought about that?
I have thought about it. It's not something that's easy to just jump back into, because you almost have to quit your job to do that, and I can't really afford to do that. Because I have things I have to pay.
Right. No, we all.
But so that's where this podcast thing coming in. That if it go like I wanted to go, and I get the opportunity, yeah. I sometimes I wake up in the morning and throughout the day I already know how I want to come out on stage.
Right.
It is something that I love. Making people laugh is something that I love to do.
Clown.
It's a lot that we can all frown and cry about. Everybody got problems.
Right about that.
And issues.
Right, you right about that. Well, Lonnie, once again, like I said, you don't have to answer the question. You chose to, you can. What's something about Lonnie Ray Wilson Jr. that nobody knows, or more as in like a secret? about Lonnie Ray Wilson Jr. You know, enlighten the people.
Oh, but like I say, a lot of people that know me pretty much know. But growing up at the age of 8 months, I started having seizures. And as I got older, they got worse, so that's why I currently can't drive.
Right.
Now, I don't get a disability check. They won't let me get for some reason. They want me to work, but they don't want me to get that money because I'm still sane.
They want you to work for that money.
Do things right. But the type of seizures I have is really, I mean, all seizures are bad, but the ones I have I call grand mal seizures. If you look them up, it can be something serious. And for those of you who know people that have seizures, when we have them, don't put your hand in my mouth and try to pull your tongue out. Nah, that's a myth. Or put no spoon in my mouth.
Right.
Mess up my teeth. I just got my other one fixed. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing basketball. Shout out to Josh Ashford. We ain't gonna go there. But you know, it was something I had to deal with growing up for a long time. I didn't want nobody to see me having. And shout out to Prescott Manor, my friends from Prescott Manor that I grew up with. All of them are like my brothers. We went through a lot together. They was really the first ones to kind of see me, and they helped me with that. It was a fight.
Right.
But my mother told me something that I kept with me. She said, when I turned 16, you know, you had to get an ID. Got my ID. Before we got out of the car, she said, listen here, you born suspect. Without a shadow of a doubt. But these seizures don't make that your crutch.
Right.
Because them people down the street don't know you have seizures, so they're not going to treat you no different than they're going to treat your friends outside.
Right.
So you need to figure out how you need to get around. You know, if you got to put on a show, some people would call it fake. If you got to put on to get on,
that's right.
Handle your business.
That's right.
And whatever you do, make sure you look good doing it.
Damn right.
Or go twice as hard as the next man. So when I was working at Fort Jackson, some people don't know my name, but they remember me from, I used to wear a black bow tie. The only man that wore a black bow tie out there. Looked so good in it, the drill sergeants, when they came, I ain't lying, looked so good in it, when the drill sergeants came through, if they had a question, they came and asked me.
Like you was the boss?
Like I was the boss. Luckily, I knew what to do, and the bosses had totally different uniforms from us, but they still would come to me because I looked professional.
You looked the part.
Right.
Thank you for coming on SpliT TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm your boy, DJ Exotic.
Get clapped up, run that shit, nigga. Tell a bitch to swallow back. Ain't tricking off on you, nigga. I got zero patience. I got zero patience. Ain't fucking around with you, nigga. Jump up, get clapped up, run that shit, nigga.